I speak out against the rabid white racism that exists out here in this country. This ain't 1868. I am not the one. You are not effing angry. Something's wrong with you. I am independent of you. My dollars run black and green. Oh, let's get it. Red, black, and green, my dollars run. Hello, knockouts. Tonya TKO here, and we are in the building. All right, listen. I'm going to give you all a few moments to come on into the room. I'm sure you can see from the title of the video what we're going to be talking about today, as I've been going back and forth in the comments with people on my page today, and people, they mistake who it is that I am for who it is that they think I am and who it is that many of them are. So we're going to get into it in a second. Right? Oh yes, go come on in. Come on in. Come on in. First, you know what? While you all are coming in, congratulate me on passing 444,000 subscribers yesterday. That was I was really looking forward to that number. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to all of the people who's lost their mothers have transitioned over. And happy Mother's Day to all of the women out there who have lost their babies. I see you and I recognize you today. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Come on into the room. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Because you know what? One thing that I don't like to do is I don't like to go back and forth with trolls. Oh, look, you see my hair. All of my blonde hair has broken off in quarantine. All of the straightened hair has broken off. So listen, listen. Sisters out there, are you all right? Because I know what it is like. I know what it is like. You know what? I feel sorry for the people who have long hair, who when the quarantine hit, they weren't able to see their stylist and all of the long hair broke off. Because I like keeping my hair short. But all of my short hair broke off. Listen, come on into the room. Come on in. For all of you who wanted to know how I wrap my hair, this is how I wrap it. Some people said that I does get militant when my head wrap does come on. So let's put the head wrap on, because I have a few choice words for the fools who are coming to my page acting ridiculous today. Listen, here we go. This is how we do it. And pull around to the front. Very simple and easy. And then build the crown from there. Come on in, everyone. Come on in, because we're about to jump into it. Because there's a lot of people who are coming to my page talking about that I am a racist because I speak out against racism. And this is a tool that racists use to shut minorities up, because they don't want to deal with their own nonsense. You know, they want you to shut up and not talk about. That did not come out how I wanted it to. Listen, that did not come out. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I'm going to make the triangle in the back smaller. Listen, we're going to jump into it. So here we go. This is the triangle. Look. This is the corner. Look. Make a triangle that is about the size of your head, circumference, and then put it around your head. We're going to be talking about racists today. Everybody's talking about Mother's Day. Listen, there are some racists out there who are mothers too. There are some racists out there. And the sad part is that racism is able to rear its ugly head and to continue on because people don't want to talk about it. And they want to try to shut people up. I am a black woman in America. My father is Caribbean. I was raised in a Caribbean American household, and my mother was from the dirty, dirty South. The people on my mother's side were sharecroppers, which is one step above slavery in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, here we go. Now the crown is up high in the air. Okay, there we go. There we go. I want to get it. All right, so listen, let's talk. Let's talk. Get this crown built right. And then let's talk. Let's talk, okay? All right, there we go. All right, so listen. All right. I'm going to say this because there are people who think I'm somebody who I'm not. And they think that I'm supposed to be their whipping girl. They think I'm going to be some Candace Owens telling them what it is that they want to hear. If you are on my page and you believe, listen, I want you to hear me and hear me very good. If you're on my page and you believe that I am a racist who does not like or that I hate white people, I want you to get the fuck off of my page. I said it. Get the fuck off of my page. Get the fuck off. You will not and cannot bully me into being quiet about the ills that exist in this country, present day and in the past. And what's ending up happening is there are a lot of people who are coming forward, a lot of Caucasoids and Negroid males, Caucasoid females and Caucasoid males and Negroid males who are coming forward, who are attempting to gang up on me and bully me and attempting to try to keep me quiet, when right now as we speak, there are white supremacist groups that exist on this Facebook as well as on other sites across the internet. But what they do is they don't take their white asses over to the supremacist groups. They don't take them over there. They don't take their white asses down to Civil Hall and they don't go up there to the steps and try to demand equal treatment, equal justice, just us under the law. They don't do that. When a person is shot down in the street, they don't pick up their picket signs and they don't march. They don't go to the bank and they don't demand to see whether or not their banking institution is giving equal lending to different people of different colors. They don't do that. But what they want to do is they want to come over to a minorities page and try to get me to shut up. Let me explain this to you. This ain't 1868. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. This is not 1868. It ain't 1668 and it ain't 1544. Honey, this is 2020. This is 2020. And let me explain something to you. My money, the money that I earn here, comes from the hands of Black people. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. You cannot stop me. You cannot. The money that I receive when I hold my in-person conferences, the people who support my in-person conferences are people of color. When I sell my books, the majority of the people who come forward and leave the reviews, who send me the stories on Instagram, these are people of color. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. You cannot stop me from speaking. I want you, if you think that you can, go to my sponsors and tell them not to sponsor me. Go ahead. And you see, because what you end up doing is some of you try to bully people. You want people to shut up. Oh, you want them to be quiet. You don't want them to talk. Listen, there are people who are saying that I am racist because I speak out against racism. No, that's not what racism is. I speak out against rabid racist. I do. That's what I do. And if there's any person out there who can dare say that me speaking out against rabid racists is the same as me speaking out against white people, you, sir, or ma'am, madam, are the racist. Because you're trying to pretend as if a rabid racist is synonymous with a white person, and it is not. I speak out against the rabid white racism that exists out here in this country, and I give history lessons, and I bring it forth towards viral topics that we deal with today. Come for me now. Come. 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 Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because you see, you think that you can, part of the reason that I'm making this video is because I'm just going to take this video and I'm going to copy it because I don't need to keep saying the same thing over and over. I'm going to take the link and I'm going to post it to the people who are coming out trying to claim. First of all, if there is any person out there, you need to educate yourself. Educate yourself on what racism is. Racism is institutional. Racism is institutional. It is systemic. It is the attempting to hold a people down based on their race, through the implementation of the facets of that society to hold that person down. If you think about, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What is racism? What is racism? Who are the people who are the racists? I want to hear. Let's talk about it. Do you feel that white people can be racist towards black people? Yes. There are people out there who are going to try to say that black people can be racist towards white people. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. If you think about how white racism affects black people as a whole in this country, how does white racism affect black people as a whole in this country? Come on. I want you to help answer. How does it affect them? How does it affect them? It affects them being able to receive lending to get houses in areas where their families can be upward mobile. It affects them being able to get schooling for their children so that they can be upward mobile. It affects them from being able to get employment so that they can be upward mobile. It affects them from being able to get proper health care in this country so that they can live and hopefully one day be able to become upward mobile. It has them being accosted on the streets by people who would dare to take their lives, then go sitting up inside of their homes, putting their feet up on their redneck stools and spitting their tobacco, thinking that they can get away with hunting down black people, murdering them, and then going home to smoke a pipe in congratulations of themselves. How does black people's quote unquote racism affect white people as a whole in this country? How? Are we stopping white people as a whole from being able to get employment? Are we stopping them as a whole from being able to be in neighborhoods where there is an adequate amount of fresh food and clean water? Are we? Are we stopping their children from being able to get educated on a mass scale? Are we stopping them as a whole from being able to get opportunities, employment opportunities? Are we controlling the neighborhoods that they can go to? Are we controlling the preschool to prison pipeline for their children? No. How does this supposed racism that black people have affect Caucasians? How does it? They're afraid of us. Listen, I watch Joy DeGruy. I keep putting up the link for you all to educate yourselves. And Joy DeGruy brought up this wonderful point. She's the one who wrote the book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And she asked, how does this black racism as a whole affect Caucasians? As a whole, not individually with a person clutching their purse and being afraid as they cross the street or the parking lot. No. The way that black quote-unquote racism affects white people is that white people have chosen, because of their behavior towards us in this country and in many other countries, they have chosen to be afraid. But how does that fear of black people affect white people as a whole? How does it denigrate their lives as a whole? This is a fear that they are choosing to feel, and a fear that they use to justify their slaughter and their murder and their cover-up of black bodies, their policing. What ends up happening when you attempt to come to my page and you attempt to silence me, you attempt to police my thoughts. And like I said, this here, no 1544, no 1638, no 1711, and ain't no 1865 over here, mother effers. This is a brand new day. And the way that black people like me are able to speak up loud and proud is because our dollars, our money, our livelihood is not dependent on white dollars. Otherwise, you think that you'd be able to go to my sponsors and be like, you know what, we don't like the brand of this young lady. Shut her up. I beseech you, go forth and try. I beseech you, try contacting my sponsors. See, this is what it looks like when we are not under your thumb. And this is what so many of them are afraid of. So many Caucasian people are afraid that black people will wake up and be like, you know what? What have we been doing for all of these years, sitting here idly by? Because if you think about it, right? I saw this cartoon the other day. And the cartoon had a dead black man on the floor, and the police officer was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I thought he had a gun." And then the side-by-side cartoon had a police officer talking to a white man with a gun strapped to him. And he was talking to him as the man was screaming in his face. So just the mere thought of a black person having a gun will have you shoot the black person down onto the ground. But you can see the gun of a Caucasian. Think about all of these mass shooters who are able to get apprehended safely. Meanwhile, a person with no gun has to get shot down in the damn street or in his car. And the only difference nowadays is that we have more cameras. We have more cameras nowadays. Everybody is walking around with a camera on their person, because this stuff is not anything new. The only thing that's new is that now we see you. Because you know what? If that person had not had that camera, because remember, it was one of the people who stalked and hunted Ahmaud. It was one of them, because they had been sharing the video, congratulating themselves. Remember when Mike Brown was killed? There were white people singing karaoke, talking about sheriff shot down big bad Mike Brown. Oh, you so big and you so goddamn bad, shooting down an unarmed person because the fear. And you know what? I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. And there are going to be some people who are going to be offended by what it is that I'm saying, because for some reason a tremendous amount of Caucasian people have come upon my page recently, and I don't know what videos it is that has brought them onto my page, but they're here and they want to speak out and try to shut me down and shut me up. Now listen, there are some Caucasians on my page who understand what the F is going on out here in this society. Somebody tried to shut me up today talking about you proving them right by showing that you're an angry black woman. Gone are the mother effing days where you get to manipulate a black woman by getting her to try to pretend as if she ain't angry. You goddamn right, I'm angry. And any black person out there who sees what the F is going on out there has good reason to be angry too. And I implore that if you are not effing angry, something's wrong with you. Damn it, I'm angry. God damn it, you right, I'm angry. And I ain't gonna be quiet about it. I'm speaking up. So let's go forward. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, because if you think about history, historically, if you look at listen, we are black people. We are the original humans. We are the original people. Yes. We are the embodiment of all together in us. We are creation. We are creation in the flesh, incarnate, right? So I was talking with someone yesterday when an idea, I had an epiphany, because we always talk about these amazing dances, the new style of speaking, new ways of cooking and driving, riding a bicycle or a motorcycle, all of these new ways, these creative ways that come about. Right? When you think about all of the creation that exists in blackness, we create the new dances, the new styles, new names. You can go ahead and say whatever it is that you want to say. But like I said, the way that you see when we are liberated is when we are no longer dependent on the dollars of white people, and you see what really happens. Because there is a young lady by the name of Bethanny. I don't know how many of you know her. I first became introduced to her in this movie, Beasts of the Southern Wild. If you have not seen it, this young lady is brilliant. Brilliant. And her name is Bethanny. Bethanny. It's a name that nobody else has. So it's like there are people out there who attempt to shame us because we come up with all of these creative ways of creating new names, new dances, new style of dress. We are the tastemakers. We are pop culture incarnate. We are. It's what it is that if you look at TikTok, if you look at all of the latest dance crazes and all of the things that come out, We are the creators and the originators of that. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Now, when you think about the polar opposite, listen, I want you to listen to what it is that I'm saying. When you think about the polar opposite, what is the opposite of creation? I want you to answer. I'm going to give you some time because we are live right now. I want you to answer and tell me what is the opposite of creation. Go ahead. Opposite of creation. What is it? I'm looking for the answers. I'm looking. We're a little bit delayed right now, so I'm waiting. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. If this is your first time coming into contact with me, make sure that you like the page so that you know how to find me again. Somebody's saying louder, please. Is my volume okay? The answers are coming in. Destruction, destruction. Someone says immigration. Someone says death. Someone says destruction. Okay, destruction. Okay. Okay, the words are coming in. Destruction over and over and over again. Nothingness, destruction. All right, let's go history, because there's so many people out there who want to talk about, oh, how dangerous Black people are now that you've taken us from our native land and busted us out onto these different countries and different continents all around the world, starved us off from our culture and our language and our people, our own gods. Taking the money and the pride and the health away from us. Promulgated our societies with drugs, poison water, lack of fruits and vegetables, and no opportunities to be able to rise up. There's a Black woman serving time in jail right now because she was homeless and she used a zip code of a family member to be able to get her daughter into school in a great district. They put that woman in jail because no, N-word, they want you to stay your Black ass where they feel that you belong. They don't want you to be upward mobile. So the opposite, let's talk about it. What is the opposite of creation? The opposite of creation is destruction. If we talk about the thousands of years that we have side by side comparison of what has been going on this earth, tell me, who are the people who are creative and who are the people who are destructive? Just look at the numbers, doggone it. Numbers don't lie. They don't lie. They don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Exactly. Because there's a certain group of people that wherever they have gone, death, destruction, calamity, enslavement, annihilation of the earth and natural resources has followed. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. And we don't have to guess who were the people who were, this is why they shoot arrows at them. I saw a documentary 4 years ago. The documentary talked with, it was like these people will go into the Amazon, these Caucasoids go into the Amazon on a boat. The damn people in the Amazon were shooting arrows. As soon as they saw that skin with the sun reflecting off of it, they started shooting arrows at the goddamn boat, and the boat had to turn the F around. You know why? Because a few hundred years ago, you know what? It was actually in the 1960s. A few decades ago, people had come there attempting to enslave those people. They went there a few hundred years ago, enslaved them, and got the people hooked on all types of things that were no bueno for them. Got them to start building, chopping down the trees in the rainforest, was enslaving. I'm like, what's wrong with these people that everywhere that they go, they attempt to try to enslave people and then have the nerve to call other people lazy? Meanwhile, they're attempting to live off of and have lived off of the energy, the creation, and the construction of other people for hundreds of years. You have a 400-year head start and still have the nerve to want more, to come over here attempting to belittle me, gang up on me and bully me and tell me to be quiet. What is it that we have? What is it that we have? It's like you cannot stop the joy. How many of you last night were on that Jill Scott, Erykah Badu? Oh my goodness. Did you see it? Did you see it? Jill Scott and Erykah Badu last night. Did you see it? It was, I cried. It was so beautiful. It was healing. It was nourishing. And it was beautiful. The creation that these two sisters had there, the love, the warmth, the black girl magic. It's like they don't understand how they've taken so much and have taken so much and continue to attempt to take so much. And still I rise. Still we have joy. What happens to the dream deferred? Those of you who are Langston Hughes fans out there, you know what happens. What happens to the dream deferred? Listen, they don't understand how we are so magical. They want us to be beat down so that they could be like, ah, see? But they're so upset that yet we still keep on rising. We still continue because cream floats to the top. Listen, so I was there last night with Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and the mother energy. It's like I didn't know that Erykah Badu's first song was that song with the $3.06. I didn't know that was her first song. When she came out onto the scene, I thought she had already been on the scene. But nonetheless, right? Yes, thank you, Irvin. They want to possess our essence. They do. Like vampires. And they don't understand how no matter how much you take, we still continue to create because creators create. So anyway, after Erykah Badu and Jill Scott got off, I went to the after party on Erykah Badu's website. And I even gave money to Erykah Badu because I'm like, this money is going directly to her, right? I went to her page, and you know what, Erykah Badu, let me put up a 1 if those of you saw Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Put up a 1. Put up a 2 if you went to the after party. I want to see how many of you were there at the after party as well, because I'm going to be talking about what it is that I saw. On and on and on and on. Yes. On and on. I don't think I got the melody right. On and on. What am I supposed to do when I want you in my world? No, that's not it. That's not it. On and on and on and on. I can't get the melody. I can't get the melody. Okay, so Bridget was there for both. Irvin was there for 1. Okay, let's see. Come forward. I want to see how many of you were there. I want to see. Come forward because we are live right now, so you're able to interact with me. Oh my goodness, Nadine missed the live. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. On and on and on. I can't get the melody. I can't get the melody. All right. So it looks like there were a few people who were in both. One of the things that I noticed when I was on Erykah Badu's after party, she had this DJ. Okay, so Callaway was there for 2. Callaway was there for both. Okay. Erykah Badu at the after party, there was this Cubana, this DJ in Cuba. She was in Cuba and she was DJing. And there was a guy, there was like a girl who was dancing. She was dancing on the side and there was a guy who was dancing. And then there was a guy who was like playing the drums. Right? So they had this sister that she had her hair wrapped up with like this big flower or flower pattern in the front, and she was like DJing, and there was this woman who was dancing to the ritmo, and she was moving her body, and there was this man, and then they came out there with the drums. They came out there with the drums, and the man was dancing, and then they started chanting. They started chanting. And when they were chanting, they were like, ooh la la la. And I was looking at that and I said, you know what? White people done fucked up. They done fucked up because they done took all of these people out of Mama Africa and then deposited them into all of these different places in the world. White people fucked up. They fucked up because they done took us out of Mama Africa and they done deposit us in Cuba. They deposited us in Trinidad. They deposited us in Brazil. They deposited us in St. Thomas. They deposited us in Puerto Rico. They deposited us on Hispaniola. They deposited us in Haiti. They deposited us in Jamaica. They deposited us on Nevis, like my people are from Nevis. Igbo born and bred and took to Nevis. Yes. So they done fucked up now. Because you know what has happened? Oh, the chickens are waking up, and they are so afraid that they're coming home to roost. They're afraid. Oh, listen, I talked about it in that video. God damn, I talked about it. I talked about it in that video. Oh, yes. Because the truth of the matter is that no matter how they try to convince themselves that they are superior, they know from whence the original came. They know, because they know. Listen, there were some of them out there who tried to pretend like two Caucasians could produce a Negroid child. You cannot. You cannot. But we know that from the womb of blackness can come every variation that exists out there, and they're afraid. Because no matter how they have tried to convince themselves that we are inferior, listen, if you really think that our people are inferior, why try to hold them down and back? If you really think that they are inferior, why attempt to hold them back? That sounds like you're afraid of them rising up. Oh, listen, they know. I talked about it in that video with Birthday Becky. And people thought that I was hating. Go look at the stats and the numbers. Some of you out there do not have Caucasian people in your inner circle, and you don't really know what's going on out there. I have traversed. You don't think, listen, I live full-time in an RV. I live full-time in an RV. I get to travel through middle America, the outskirts, the people, the trailer trash. I get to be among them all, and I hear them talking. You think I don't? They're afraid. Because they know that the sun sizzles them. And they know that the moment that any drop of something else comes along, it washes them out. Listen. They're afraid because no matter how they have tried to convince themselves that they are superior, they know that they can't even withstand the elements. I remember when I was in Italy a few years ago, and there was this Caucasian woman that I met when I was in Italy. I was in Italy. Yeah, I was in Italy at the time because I traveled from Greece to Italy. And so the countries are kind of close together in my mind. And she had her child with her there on the beach. And she had a tent set up for her child and all of this other stuff. And she looked over at me and said, "My dear, don't you need suntan lotion? Don't you need, what is the thing called? What is the thing called?" She was like, "Don't you need sunblock?" I said, "Baby, melanin is my sun absorber." Oh, listen, melanin. I said, "I do not need sunblock," because I was sitting out there with them. And she was like, "Honey, don't you need some sunblock?" And I said, "No, baby, I do not. I have nature's sun receptor in my skin. Natural, baby, natural." And she laughed. She thought it was a joke. She thought I was joking. I said, "No." I said, "Sit there and see. Sit there and see." And as we sat there, she had her baby in a tent. And she sat there and she began to fry and she began to sizzle. She said, "No, baby, I got to go." Even with her sunblock on, she could not stand it out there. I said, "Go, why? The sun feels good to me." She said, "Baby, I got to go." I said, "Why? Why?" I said, "It feels good out here." So listen. So listen. You know what? You all got jokes. So I was listening to that Cubana last night, and she was playing Afro beats. That woman was playing Cardi B. And then she was playing some song in Spanish, and the people in the song were like, "Gang, gang." And I was like, what they know about gang, gang out in Cuba? I said, "What's going on here?" But I realized that, you know how they say when water runs down off of the hills, when it comes down from the mountains, when it drains down from the street, that it all is coming to congeal together. They're coming back to coalesce. That's the word, coalesce. It's coming back to coalesce with one another because water will find its way back to itself. And so these people done effed up. I'm telling you, knockout, they done effed up because they done took us and deposited us all over this globe. And now we are waking up. We are waking up to the fact that we are one people. We are one blood. We are waking up to the fact that we are Mama Africa. deposited in many different places with there's a similar something, a similar essence, a similar energy. From what it is that I hear, and some of you out there may know better than I do, right? From what it is that I hear that they're speaking a dialect of Yoruba in Brazil. I hear that they're speaking a dialect of Yoruba in Cuba. This is what it is that I hear. I hear that they are even speaking Yoruba words in the Gullah Geechee Islands off the southern coast of the United States. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. So it's like, listen. You cannot come to my page and police me. Take that elsewhere, baby. I am not the one. You're not going to find what you're looking for over here because you cannot Candace Owens me. If you need a Candace Owens, you go to Candace Owens' page. That is not me. All right? You cannot frighten me over here. You cannot, because I am independent of you. My dollars run black and green. Oh, let's get it. Red, black, and green, my dollars run. I do not have to have my dollars run through Caucasian hands before it comes to me. It does not, because there's no Caucasian who is the gatekeeper to whether or not I make money. So you cannot stop me from speaking the truth. And a person like that is very frightening to some people because you want to be able to be like, shut up, Blackie. Shut up, Blackie. They want me to be quiet, but I will not. I will not. Because how good must you feel about yourself when you have to try to hold another woman down? How good, it's like, it was all fine and dandy when you were the image of femininity and beauty. That was all fine and dandy. But when the veil started to slip and you turned and you saw that them highlighted cheeks, that contour, that glow, the chisel, look, I just want you to take a look at my African features. Somebody over here tried to listen. No Neanderthal DNA. Look at my African features. You see this? People they go and they take their paint brushes and they put them down into dark makeup to get this right there. You see that? Natural contour right there. I am Negroid. Don't ever get it twisted. I am Negroid. And if there was any mixing that existed way back when, you cannot fault me for the rape of my ancestors. If anything, you only prove my point further. So yes, oh yes. And then, listen. And then there's somebody in the audience who says, here comes the superiority complex. You see, these people are so weak and so pathetic. I said it, and I hate the word pathetic, but hey, it has a purpose in some places. Some people are so weak and pathetic that a person loving themselves seems like a slight to them. Why don't you go take your ass and love yourself too? Because as a woman, how much must you love yourself if you have to make another woman ugly in order for you to be beautiful? How much must you love yourself? How much must you? Listen, I'm speaking. You know what? It's true though, they walk in weakness. It's like, how weak must you be that you see one man by himself and you, your son, and a cameraman have to go all round up guns? How weak must you be that it takes 3 of you to try to confront a person just for living? How much? How weak must you be? How weak must you be? How weak must you be? All right. So listen, I'm going to read some of your comments and then we're going to get out of here. The purpose of this video was just to spread the word so that I don't have to hear. And so listen, what I want you all to do, is, there's a person on here named Lucas, what, I don't know how to pronounce it. Lucas. There's a person on here called Lucas. And Lucas is saying that I spread hate. Lucas, I implore you, find the links and post the links below of any video where you feel that I am spreading hate. Please post the link, please, because there's some people who are so fragile and so weak that they have to try to shut other people up, to try to stop other people from speaking in order for them to be able to have some sort of semblance of some sort of self-pride or what? Yes, Raquel is saying Lucas wants to be acknowledged. Yes, you know, that's what they want, because it's through interacting with the shine of the diamond, the reflection of the diamond, that people are able to see the sparkle in their eyes, to see the sparkle in their eyes. It's only from coming into contact with the diamond that they're able to get that reflective, just the glow in their eyes. So I implore anyone, because I speak out against rabid racist. That's what I do. Because what videos have I spoken out against what the Caucasian people in that video were doing? The girl and her boyfriend who said that they were making an N-word. The birthday Becky who tried to stop those two sisters from singing happy birthday. Who else? Who else? Where's the hatred? Where's the hatred? Listen, I beseech you to ask them. And so look, so Mei Lee is saying she didn't put anyone down. She said, look at her African beauty. How is that negative? See what I'm saying? Because what they want is they want your black ass to cower. And they want your black ass to be like, oh, don't look at me. No, but the moment that you say, oh, don't look at me. Look, I want you to just take a look at that profile. Just, do you see the Negroid features? Do you see them? The beauty that reigns from my Africanness. Do you see it? Because they want you to be quiet. They want you to cower down. Because for the hundreds of years that you were like, oh yes, Mr. Massa, oh yes. For the hundreds of years that they tried to promote you in Hollywood as a maid or a fucking buffoon. Oh, they were okay then. Oh, look at you stepping fetchy. Look at you acting the ass. Look, let me put some shoe paint on my face and make my lips big, white, and bubble and be acting like a fucking idiot. Oh, they were all right with that image of blackness there. But when you say, look at the regality of my features, you see this chisel right here? Do you see this? Do you see that, how it comes up around towards my crown? Do you see? But the moment that you have some pride in the beauty of your uniquity, then all of a sudden they want you to shut the F up. And nothing no go so. It does not go down like that. So listen, I'm going to read a few more comments and then I'm going to jump out of here. Thank you, Treese, for sharing the video. Angela's saying some people don't like hearing the truth. T is saying everyone's fine, we feel ugly, but when we feel proud, it's wrong. Exactly. 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 All right. Someone's saying you're a beautiful queen. Tanira is saying talk ya sis, talk. They want our lips, our butts, our bodies. Someone said, yes, sister, powerful word. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Jimmy's laughing. Someone else is talking to Lucas. Someone is trying to quiet me. Tell them, come. Quiet me. If you so big and so goddamn bad to try to get a sister to shut up, shut me the fuck up. Let's see how you do it. Shut me the fuck up. You can't, because you're sitting there in the comments on my page. If anything, I can shut you the fuck up. It's as simple as that. Come shut me up. You can't. You can't. It's like you on my page telling me to be quiet, baby. All you got to do is go to another page. I didn't invite you here. Adrian is saying, I love being a black woman. Jeanette is saying, testify, queen. Alexis is saying, thank you, queen, for speaking the truth. Neheva, I just missed that. It went by too fast. Who are you referring to? They sorry, says Brittany. I don't know who she's talking to. Trice is saying, anytime I enjoy your message. Crystal is saying, appreciate your interpretation. Marcella is saying, they don't want us feeling good, but I'm a goddess. Yes. Chantel is still talking to Lucas. All right. Lala Z is saying, we are salt of the earth. I never understood what salt of the earth means. Is salt good for the earth? So Lucas is saying, why do you keep saying, y'all, I'm not white? I wasn't even born in the US. Okay. We'll keep it moving then. Keep it moving. Lamont is saying, stop it. Jeffrey's saying they paying for lips. Because you know what? It's like they tried so long to try to convince people. That these full, luscious, beautiful lips was not the move. They tried to convince people. But when the shroud lifted, people were like, listen, we love this. They tried to convince people that big booties was not good. They wanted these thin little cupcake booties. When people out there rocking cake, they wanted little cupcake booties. And then when they realized that we wasn't going to stop liking ours, then all of a sudden, you got these people out there pumping up their face full of all types of bronzer and bronzing makeup and trying to pout their lips out, trying to draw the line on the outside and all of this stuff. Noah said, I'm a Hispanic male. I love your style, assertiveness. Okay. Hispanic is not a race, but okay. Hispanic could be black too. All right. Then we got some brown-faced man named Clement saying he wasn't trying to shut me up. Okay, that's because you can't. You can't. You can't. Because people out there soft like labia, soft like testicles. You want to talk about soft? People out there soft like testicles, sitting in the comments trying to regulate other people. Please, I'm hard like vaginal walls, baby. I'm hard like a cervix. Listen. God, Seraphina saying, you the realist. They despise us because they could never be like us, says Alexia. All right. Angel said nothing but the truth. Thank you for sharing, T. Renee. Strong as the pressure that wait, what it says? It went by too fast. I couldn't see it. Every Kardashian has these full lips. Exactly. All right. Cake, says Minnie. Exactly. For all these years, they try to promote cupcakes, but there was people out there with some big, bodacious, banging big cakes. Some big cakes out there. And they realized them big cakes wasn't going away, that we would never be Shia Madakiak. We would never be Shia Madakiak. So we loved our cake. And they tried to, then now all of a sudden they out there trying to do some squats, talking about how do you get an onion booty? I see outside wife said, what? All right. All right. So Prestige, so Lucas is still in the comments trying to tell women to be ashamed of their regal Africanness. And Anam is saying one day they're going to get too many injections and they're going to explode. This woman got jokes. Rudy saying, you're so calm. That's because you didn't see me screaming a few moments ago. I do public events and I'm going to be well, we got to get through this pandemic first. You know what, you trying to come cough on me? You want to come cough on me? You better stay home and go fix up yourself. Exactly. Somebody's saying, remember when they used to say, does my bum look big? Yeah, exactly. Does it? Does my bum look too big and it knocked the camera out? I want to know, does it look big? Is it big? Is it big? Does it look big? I want to know. It knocked out the feed. Marcelli is saying, yes, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, gosh. You all have made me laugh. Nikki got jokes. I'm not going to read that out loud. You all are so funny. All right. So, but you know what? Somebody's talking about black men choosing fake features. But you know what? This is how, you know, there's a lot of self-hatred going on out there. There's a lot of self-hatred going on out there. And that's the way they like it. They like the self-hatred. They like it. They like it when you're feeling down. They like it. But anyway, listen, let me jump off of this video. I just wanted to put the message out there. Because it's like all of these people want to talk so much mess inside of the comments. But you see, I got something that you don't have. And that's a non-fear to come on camera. So you could type and say whatever it is that you want in the comments. Come meet me on camera. Happy Mother's Day, everybody out there. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I will see you all a little later. I am trying to get a video. Wait, is someone trying to figure out who is it that is trying to figure out how to get off of my page? If you want to figure out who, listen, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do this. If you would like for me to block you, if you're having a hard time, because listen, I don't want you here if you don't want to be here. If you're having a hard time with my content and you feel the fibrillations going on inside of yourself, and you, when you see my content come up, you start feeling the pangs on the inside, put up the number 3. And I'll block you right now. Put up the number 3. And listen, this is not a time for people to joke because I'm not going to be looking at who name is what. I'm just going to start blocking the people who put up 3. If you don't want to be here and you're trying to figure out a way to stop my content from coming up into your feed, please put up the number 3 and I will block you now so that you don't have to be bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining. Come on, put up the, let me see the 3s. Oh. Funny how I see no 3s now. Funny. Okay. And you know what? I saw the James Brown movie. And when he came out with that song, I'm Black and I'm Proud, it was actually the first time that anybody had come forward and speaking about blackness with pride. It was revolutionary because no one had ever done it. It's like they want you feeling bad about yourself. They want you feeling bad, black and ashamed. Oh, I just saw a 3. Charito, don't play. Because I'm just looking for the 3s to block. So if you don't want to be blocked, don't put a 3 up. If you want to be blocked, just put the 3 forward. I'm asking you now, please come forward and put up your 3s. Oh, you see that, Tequila, right? They're quiet. They silent. They silent. Why don't you come forward? Somebody got the popcorn waiting for the numbers to come up. But you see, so what I want you to do is when you see these same people, when you see Lucas writing on other comments, unhappy about being here. You know that he had the chance to come forward and get blocked, but he chose not to. He shrunk into the background. And Leanne is saying, I have not heard anything negative about white people as a whole from you. Some people just want to be discriminated so badly. Don't pay them any mind. Happy Mother's Day. I hope it's amazing. Exactly. Nobody who can show me. Because I don't understand how me speaking out against racists and also speaking the truth about the history behind the actions of those racists. I don't see how that's racism. You know, it's like, I'm looking. Wait, Luke ass done gone? Luke ass gone? They fingers broke. Okay. All right, everyone, listen, I want you all to enjoy. I want you to all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We're going to try to go live more often. You know, the states are opening up and different people. Let me ask you all while you're out there, right? While you're out there, has your state opened up? If your state has opened up, put up a 4. If your state has opened up, put up a 4. If you are not going outside, put up a 5. If you going outside, put up that 666. Okay, just put up a 6. If your state has opened up and you're going outside, put up a 6. If you're going interacting with people, going to parties, put up a 6. If you still sheltering in place and your state has opened up, put up a 5. If your state has opened, put up a 4. I want to see. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I hope you all are enjoying. Calvin is entertained. La Morenaza is I am, but not in public. How you going outside, but not in public? That's confusing. All right, so Nadine is, most of her state is open, but she's still sheltering in place. Takia, so you're 6, you're going outside. So Rain is going to San Diego. Okay. Somebody's Wuhan lab. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. So listen, everybody, I will see you all later. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate you spending this time with me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay. I mean, going outside to walk is a lot different than going to parties and all that other stuff. All right, Anam, see you later. Latoya, see you. But 5 means you're staying at home. So 6 is you're going outside. Okay. Good night, everybody. Connie, see you later. Anam, see you all later. I'll see you all later. Georgia, all right. Ane, I see you. Rain, see you all later. Angel, see you all later. Marcella, thank you for passing through. Hot grits. I cannot with hot grits. Okay. All right. See you all later, Takia. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Throw up those hearts. Throw up those hearts. Oh, wait. Somebody's saying, Kiwana bought your self-love book. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Kiwan. Thank you. And thank you for sharing the video. We got the Chattanooga Choo-Choo in the house. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. See you later.
Thank you for watching. Make sure that you thumbs up the video, make sure that you subscribe, and hit the bell notifications to be notified of new videos. Leave a comment below, share the video, and come over to TonyaTKO.com to subscribe to my personal mailing list and drop me a message of a viral story that you'd like for me to cover. See you on the other side. Peace.